Mhm.
Hello, Shishir. First of all, thank you so much for giving your time. We are students of SIBM Pune, and I'm Shruti. And these are my teammates, Shaurya and Shreyas. We are given an assignment on organizational behavior, for which its topic is the rise of hybrid and remote work models has given employees the freedom to embrace location independent work, leading to a growing trend of digital nomadism. However, it raises critical questions about its impact on employee behavior and organizational alignment. So, we want to know your views about this topic, and we have a few questions lined up for the same. But before that, we want to know a little bit about you and your company.
Sure. Nice meeting you, Shruti. My name is Shishir Agrawal. I am working in Nagaru. It's a software-based, service-based company headquartered in Gurgaon. I work as associate staff consultant with 8+ years of experience in the IT industry, and currently I'm located in Pune, Maharashtra.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, now we'll start with the interview, and my teammate Shreyas will ask the questions for you.
Sure.
Yeah. Hi, Shishir. So my first question is, how has the freedom to work from any location influenced your professional identity and your sense of purpose in the role that you are currently at?
The remote work has actually helped me a lot in managing my personal as well as my professional life. Because if I give you a small example, so let's say I'm facing some problem with my bank, and some or the other reason, let's say the KYC has expired. If it was a regular 5 day work week, my office starts at 10 a.m. I have to work till 7 p.m. It was not possible for me to go to the bank. But since it's a 10-minute issue, I can log into my daily morning stand ups at whatever, let's say 10 o'clock, and complete it and take a 15-minute break, go to the bank, finish, and come back to work. So I do not leave my, I do not have to apply for a leave, and everything works as expected. So this flexibility is the biggest plus point as an employee working in the remote setup for me.
Mm, that's nice. That's nice. So the next question that we wanted to get your thoughts on was that we know that you have been working for remote since a long period of time. And so in what ways has working as a digital nomad, basically the remote work, working remotely, affected your ability to align with your organization's culture and values? Obviously, every organization has their set of cultures and values which differentiates them from the rest of the companies. So, what are the challenges or enablers that you have encountered during this entire process?
The biggest, I would say, the cultural difference I saw that initially I was working in TCS in Sayadri Park. So it's a very big campus, almost 200 something acres of campus is there. They have almost all the physical activities. They have a big cafeteria and everything. So that was the added perk that you could go to those places and even, gel out with people. Because I started my career with TCS, I was new to the corporate world. It was a great way to meet new people, even though from the same company, but there were almost 25,000 plus people working in that office. So it's technically not possible for me to know everyone. But presently in Nagaro, since the company is headquartered in Gurgaon, so they have the HQ in Gurgaon. So I do not get to meet anyone physically. If I want, we have a Pune office, but very less people go. I also go once a week only. And we have a WhatsApp group, that's the total interaction. So the culture which is missing, I would say, is the peer to peer learning. The working in the ODC setup, I definitely like it, but everything has pros and cons. So we cannot say that yes, this is a black and this is a white. We live in the gray area. And the biggest cultural difference I was able to see is that I am aligned to doing more work as compared to the office. Because at 7, if the office closes, I'll pack up my bag and go to home. It's tomorrow's problem. But nowadays it's not like that. Sometimes I've taken calls even while doing my dinner because it was important. Obviously, it does not happen every day, but it provides an ease because I am able to answer to the client swiftly, and it sometimes helps. And the biggest, I would say, is the lack of that personal touch because I'm working in my home. This is presently my work setup. So I'm sitting on the same desk on which I work daily, and I definitely, if I move to my right and left, I do not see my coworkers, and that is a little bit of a, I would say, cultural shock in the initial days. But I think I am better off because I can connect with them via phone calls, WhatsApp, and even Teams. So we definitely have our Teams meeting, which happens daily, and it is a mix of scheduled meetings as well as some impromptu calls if you need someone. So it's not, I did not feel the need that, okay, if the person is not besides me, I cannot get the work done. Everyone is professional enough to pick up my call, or even if they decline, I have a proper reasoning why they are not able to pick up. And I don't think so that the distance has actually created a void in getting the work done quicker.
Okay. So, but you feel that the distance is only in the way that you're able the connection that you have built with your peers and your colleagues, not in the quality of the work that has been done in the company.
Yes, the quality of work has not suffered much, in my opinion, and I would say that would be the opinion of the organization as well, because there are many organizations who have started 5 day work week, but not mine. So they
Hmm.
are very comfortable with it because they are able to see those results. And I would say that the only thing missing is, means I would just like to share a personal anecdote. I have met my present wife in my previous organization, but if it was actually remote, that was not possible. So that
Hmm.
is some sort of an aspect. I'm not just saying it in a romantic manner, but definitely you find some of your good friends, colleagues, who turn not just your colleagues but friends also, because you live in a different city away from your parents, your siblings, your a regular crowd of your college friends or school friends. So it creates a good bond. So that thing is a little bit missing, which I think that today's freshers who actually started working post the 2021 era might not able to compare, because they have not seen the both sides of the coin.
Also, you mentioned the thing that you were working in ODC setup. So how is that different from when you have a regular office setup, when you're sitting in a cubicle, as well as when you're sitting in your home as an having an office setup versus when you're in ODC in an office setup? So are there any changes, major changes that you feel present that are still
A
present?
lot, a lot actually. So ODC setup is very formal. I had to be in office, so I had to be properly groomed. Does not matter what day it is. I had to be in proper formals. In ODC setup, I could not take a phone call in the ODC. I had to go out. My phone should be on silent. If even I could not have any snacks also on the desk. There were very strict and clear guidelines regarding the same. If we have to take a meeting, we did not have a cubicle system actually. It was an open workspace, and there were separate meeting rooms. So let's say if I got a call from some client or someone from other location, I had to pick up my laptop, rush to the closest room, and there only I can take the call. I was not allowed to take a call in the open floor because it disturbs the silent workplace. As well as there was we had a dedicated place. So okay, this place belongs to Shishir, so no one else can come and sit here. It was an unsaid rule, definitely. There was no fixed
Mm.
demarcation. But since I was logged into the device, we did not have laptops, we had desktops. So
Yeah.
in that desktop, I had already logged in. I just used to lock it and go home. So
Okay.
that is very different from now on, because today, since we are in the work from home setup, so I'm not supposed to switch on my camera, because the company understands that I'm in my personal space. So it's
Mm.
not possible to have a separate room everywhere. So that's why we have the liberty of keeping our cameras off and attending the meetings. We have, I don't think so, we have even have 1% of meetings with camera on. All the
Mm.
camera on meetings were generally a casual calls, or let's say a farewell or a birthday celebration or something sort of that.
Mm. That's great to hear. I'd like to request Shruti to take over for the next few questions.
Okay. Okay, so the next question for you is, how do you maintain collaboration and communication with your team while working remotely from different locations? And what tools or practices have been most effective for you?
So, frankly, my work is more of collaboration. So, I'm not into a technical role. I'm more into a business managerial role. So, my whole work revolves around talking to different people. And when we talk to one another, our rapport actually builds up, because some or the other way, you will definitely not talk 24/7 about work. You might share your personal anecdotes. So, just a brief about myself, I love playing badminton. So, sometimes I actually asked one of my colleagues who was pretty senior in the company. She had been working for almost 8 to 10 years. So I asked her. She was my reporting manager as well. So I said, Priyanka, I have actually played badminton for my previous organizations as well as my school college. I would like to continue here in Nagaro as well. Do you have any contacts in Pune or in the organization level who organize such sort of tournaments. So that was a conversation icebreaker for me. So I don't think so there is any problem, because I'm not aware of your scenarios, but corporate is a little less chilled as compared to what is seen on TVs and movies. So we are open to discuss our personal preferences, like, okay, you are a let's say you belong from Delhi, so you love so and so item. You belong from Kolkata, so you love so and so item. People do interact. Even my present team, it is scattered all over India. There are few people who don't even speak Hindi. So that is the kind of we have definitely connects. And right now, I think there are almost people from 15 different states in our organization. So if, let's say, I travel to UP, I know someone, so I can give a call here. I'm traveling to that place. Can you help me up with some local contacts? So it helps build that rapport. So I think it comes not just from work, it comes from within, that how nicely you interact with your peers as well as your colleagues.
So I just
Right.
wanted to have a follow-up question on that. Ki, it's like when you work for any company, it's not just that you're working with your peers, but it's also that you're working with your clients, with whom your project is associated. So, is it the same relation with your peers and colleagues as you have with your clients? Is the informality that you have with your peers and colleagues, is it the same, or does it get improved with the time? What are your views on that?
So, short answer, no. Long answer, depends. Actually, there are some clients who like to keep it very formal. So, I work with international clients and Indian clients as well. International clients, let's say, if you join a call, so I'll tell you a previous anecdote of mine. We have a rule. We had a rule in TCS that if the meeting starts at 10, you should be there by 9:58. That's the rule. 2 minutes before you have to join. And we used to join and keep ourselves on mute, so that whenever the client joins, we can start. So generally what was happening is we always used to join early. I had just one call in which I was the only representative from TCS and rest were my clients. So I joined 2 minutes earlier, and apparently they were on a call before, and they continued chatting. So they were like, okay, what was your weekend like? And they discuss everything. So like, okay, my wife had a kitty party that day, or my kid went to school and he or she did so. So they share all these things. But they had a very formal approach. If they ask you how are you, you don't have to respond also. They just ask it as a greeting, but they in during the call they never share any personal anecdotes. It's totally work talk. So that is a clear demarcation of the European way of working, I would say. In the Indian, the casual talks start after your work is done. So okay, Shreyas, let's
Yeah.
say Shreyas and me, Shreyas is my client, everything is done. Okay, Shreyas, everything is fine. I'll drop you a mail post this call. And Shreyas will be like, okay, Shishir, that's fine. By the way, do you have any plans for weekend? That's how he will start if he wants to. So that is how I have seen the difference presently between Indian as well as the foreign clients. But I am not sure about the Americans. They are a bit more, in detail oriented. So they definitely ask you, because I worked for a startup for a duration of 9 to 10 months. So in that we had very good conversations, because it was my dream to travel to US during the school days. So I was like, okay, tell me about your US and everything. So he used to tell me very seriously that, okay, I have been born and brought up like that. After school I did this. I used to take these classes and everything. So there is, I think it again depends on person to person, because in Japanese culture they actually do not entertain that you talk about the personal stuff. They are very
Okay.
reserved in that scenario. And one of my friend, he was working for a Japanese client in DCS, and they told me that they used to call their clients as son. So it's not Shreyas, it's Shreyas son. For like example,
Okay.
we say Shishir ji or
Hmm.
Shruti madam, जैसे अपन ऐसे बोलते हैं, they used to call san. So san is a greeting in Japanese, and even my present client is Maruti Suzuki, so they follow the same culture of san. So we also call our clients as Prince san, and in return they also have to call us Prince Shishir san. That's how it works.
Okay. Okay, that's something that we didn't know. Okay,
Yeah.
sure, Shruti, you can go ahead with the next
Okay.
question.
So next question for you is, has your motivation or commitment to your organization changed since adopting a digital nomad lifestyle? If so, can you describe the factors contributing this change?
So my motivation has increased. Actually, the freedom which remote work gives is unparalleled, especially if you are a female candidate. Because once you start your corporate career, you have to juggle between your in-laws as well as your work. Post that you have to juggle between your pregnancy. Post that you have to juggle between that taking care of the kid until he or she goes to the school. As a fresher or as a person who is not married, you do not understand the implications, that how convenient it is. But I have seen my friends, my colleagues who have kids going to school, who have newly born kids, who have the kids just starting school. It becomes very easy for them. You don't have to skip work to go pick your kid from school. Even if they are not feeling well, you don't have to take a day off, because you can just give them medicines. They are sleeping in the adjacent room and you can work in the hall, so it becomes very easy that way. And frankly speaking, remote work has made me very clear that I don't want to change the organization in the near future for at least 2 3 years now, because there are very less remote jobs in the market.
Mm,
Mm.
mm.
So that's good to hear. Now I request Shaurya to ask further questions.
Uh, Sure. Thank you so much, Shruti. Hi, Shishir. Sure, this side. Shishir, you have been working in the corporate for a while. So, do you feel a sense of belonging in your team and organization while working remotely? And like, what aspects of your work experience impact your overall satisfaction?
That is a little difficult to answer, but I don't think so that I feel a part of the team because we are not co-located. It becomes difficult to bond, because obviously you cannot see the facial expression, so it's difficult to understand what the opposite person is thinking while talking to you. You just have to rely on your instinct of understanding the tone of the person, whether it is formal or informal conversation. So I think that will always be a barrier when you work in a remote setup. And can you repeat the second question? I did not catch it.
Sure. So, what aspects of your work experience impact your overall satisfaction?
The clear answer to that would be how easily I'm able to help out my clients, how easily I'm able to get the work done without causing any disturbance in the ongoing process. That's the expectation from my clients, that's the expectation from my manager, that's the expectation from my organization. As far as I am able to do that, I am also happy, because frankly speaking, working as a client in a client facing role, it's more about how you understand the client rather than what he is actually saying. So now I know what my client will say even before he starts speaking, and that actually helps me out in preparing my answers and giving him what he wants. So this is the
Mm,
typical Indian setup where your client might say I want ABC, but he actually expects like XYZ also. So that
yeah.
is something which comes with experience, that is something which comes with peer-to-peer learning. And definitely it is a little difficult in remote, but not impossible, I would say.
So basically, when the gist of it could be that when you are in a client-facing role, it's with experience that you're able to get to know your client a bit better, and you're able to find the intricacies or technicalities of what he or she actually wants. And that's why you're able to give them better services or better quality.
It's about reading between the lines. Yes, roughly translates to what you said. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Please
Okay.
continue.
Yes. Shishir, how does being a digital nomad influence your long-term engagement with the company and your personal career goals? And do you see remote work as sustainable in the long run?
I see remote work sustainable in the long run. After all, if it was a failed concept, it would have not survived for almost 4 to 5 years now. So technically, in March of 2025, remote will be 5 years old, right? So I don't think so. It's a failed concept, and there are definitely debates regarding whether everyone should adopt it or not, and that's a totally separate conversation. I would not like to go there. But as a digital nomad, as I told to Shruti as well, that I'm very comfortable in my present organization, and I would not consider changing the organization just because of the money. I am also looking for a stable place. I'm also looking for a ease of working, and that is presently the biggest motivation for me for while I look for another job, or even considering or reconsidering the present position.
So actually, we know that remote work has been in the norm now, but we also know that now since the COVID is behind us, many companies have actually started encouraging employees to come to the office at least for twice a week or 3 days a week. So they may be trying to start the trying to bring things back to normalcy or pre-COVID situation. So what do you think are the reasons for that? We do agree to your point that uh, remote working is sustainable in the long run. But why do you think, what are your views that the companies are trying to bring back the employees to the offices?
I would say that bringing back employees to office, as an employee, I would definitely not be a part of, not be happy with the decision which has been taken, because there are a lot of costs when you stay away from your home. So my hometown is Indore. There I have a decent bungalow where I stay. But if I move to another city, since I'm staying in Pune, so I have to rent an apartment or maybe buy it down the line. Pune as a
Hmm.
city is almost 20 to 30% expensive in terms of, let's say, food, grocery, maids, and everything. So my monthly expenditure is anyway going to increase, even if I do not consider the rent part.
Hmm.
So that is one of the biggest issues. Secondly, it is a known fact that almost all the top polluted cities in the country are in the world are from India. And today morning, I checked the AQI of my area was 236, almost close to what Delhi feels in those peaks winters. So that is one of the biggest reasons, because so many people are there, so much construction goes around, and this is the local pollution. Third, and the most important thing is, since I stay in Wakar, which is very close to the Hinjawadi IT hub, so prices are anyway inflated, because where will the employee go? He will or she will have to stay in this place. All
Hmm.
things are definitely going negative for the employee. The only positive thing is, we can say that there will be peer-to-peer interaction, and there may be a chance of growth for you. But growth does not come for each and everyone. You cannot expect that all 100 employees of the company will get a hike of 50% or 40%. That's not how it works. Only a minuscule percent, maybe 10-20% get a hike. So it's good for
Hmm.
them definitely, but not for everyone. So as a whole, I don't think so remote was a good idea, because it actually, if I see, so I do not spend that much when I am at home. But if I go to office, as soon as I step out of my house, I frankly speaking, I have not bought a formal pant for 4 years now, because I work in this remote setup, and even if I have to go to office, I can wear my jeans and t-shirt and I can go.
Hmm.
But that was not the case with TCS. And so my expense increased. I have to buy formal clothes. I have to get a vehicle. So if me and my wife both stay, we can work in one scooty. But if both work have to go to office, we have to buy two scooties. Added expense of
Hmm.
petrol. If I go to office, I have to take breakfast there. Here, I can ask my cook to prepare the breakfast. So technically, this is free. That is costing me, and I have to go there at 4:30 when you generally feel hungry. You have to eat there. You again have to buy something from the cafeteria. There is no guarantee how fresh it is, but at 4 p.m. I can order fruits and eat, the most healthiest option I have. Secondly, almost 1.5 to 2 hours of traffic which I have to daily endure. That is wasted time. That is not helping anybody, not me, not the company, not even the local
Yes,
governments.
definitely.
That is the biggest concern. My brother actually knows, I was stuck in a traffic jam for 4 hours once in Hinjawadi. My vehicle did not move 1 centimeter for 3 hours. That was the situation, and that is nowhere close to getting solved. All these problems are the ones which have motivated many employees to look for remote work.
And I think that is the probably the reason that even some of the companies are even pushing for permanently remote as well. I think many companies, even I know that, who are hosting their office spaces on online platforms, for example, they're probably metaverse or something to encourage this thing that remote working is a sustainable plan, and it could
I beg
work
to differ
in the
that,
long term.
Shreyas, because they might be 100 companies, but they employ only a handful of people. But if you
Yeah.
talk of the behemoths, they employ lakhs of people and they want their employees to start working from the office. So I would give you a small rough statistic. So my wife's office is in Hinjodi Phase 3, where my previous office was also there. If we just
Hmm.
take the head count of number of employees there, it comes to over 1 lakh.
Okay. Okay.
More than 1 lakh people work in Hinjewadi Phase 3. I'm not even taking Phase 2 and Phase 1
Phase
into
two, phase one.
consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you consider every employee taking a scooty or even two employees sharing one scooty, there are 50,000 scooties that will go from that road on a duration of, let's say, 8 a.m. to 12 a.m., 12 noon. So in 4 hours, 50,000 vehicles are going there. That there is bound to happen a jam. You cannot do anything. Even if you
Mm.
construct a 10-lane expressway, there is going to be a jam.
Yes. Yeah, that's definitely something. So, definitely the real life situations that you gave us were definitely something that we can build insights on. So, Shruti, would you like to proceed with the thank you
Yeah.
note?
So the discussion was really insightful, and you gave us really good examples, anecdotes related to your life, and it really gives a different point of view to us. So it was really good talking to you. And okay, Shishir, thank you so much for giving us your time again. So let's end the meeting here. Thank
Nice
you
Thank
so
you.
meeting you
much.
Thank
also,
you. Thank
guys.
you, Shishir.
Thank you.
Thank you.